Mrs. Schaefer. I wanted to show you another way on how to create a graph. So I did a different video on how to insert shapes and how to use paint to create a graph. There is a video link that I've shared with you for how to do it in Excel. And this time I'm going to show you how to do the graph by inserting a graph in Word itself. So since I'm going to do that, I'm going to click on this graph and hit delete because I don't need it. Then what I'm going to do is make sure that my Word is in convert. I need to be able to convert it. So right now it is, but normally it's compatibility mode. And what you would do is click on this right here, and then it will put it in convert. So you'll know it should look like this, where it says protect document. I don't want to do it that way. I want to be able to insert and work. Normally, like I said, it's in compatibility mode, so it won't work as well. So then what I'm going to do is use my insert. I'm going to go to charts, and I'm going to pick scatter plots. That's usually the best. There are several of them that you can choose between. You can see there's many different types of graphs, but I'm going to use a scatter plot. I'm going to hit OK. And it's going to automatically put a graph in there. And then I need to edit the information. Where it says X value, I'm going to type in drop height in centimeters. And then I can move this, extend this along, and I have a drop height of 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. Then I'm going to, in the Y values, I'm going to list each type of material that I'm going to use. For my example, I'm going to use the rubber ball, and I think I'll use clay ball also. And then I'm going to type in the average data that I collected. So I did several drafts for these, and now I'm just going to type in the data for the average. And I'm just going to make up numbers here so that we can do this pretty quickly. And you'll see that as I'm typing these numbers, it's automatically placing the information in my graph. And so I can close this down once all of my data is in there. Like we'll do, you'll have your golf ball and your plastic ball. You'll just type that information in, then you can hit the exit out. Now I left the title. I didn't delete that from the screen, so I actually don't need to add a title, but I could if I wanted to change it and be part of the graph. So the next thing I need to do is get some labels on this graph. It's really important to have labels, and I want to have my axis titles. Like I said, in this case, you can do a chart title or not, depending on if you're going to use this title here or you want to type it in. I'll show you how to do that. And then we want to do a legend. And notice, because we labeled things already in our data chart, it will help create that entry. And then you just have to click on things and change it at the, where it needs to be changed. So if I were doing the title change, I would do the relationship between the bounce height versus the drop height. Okay, and then when we come over here, we want to add in the axis titles. And we want to put the bounce height in centimeters. We always want to put our units there. We want to do the axis title. And this is the drop height in centimeters. And you'll see that we have a pretty nice looking graph. They've already set up the intervals and keyed it with different colors, one for the clay ball, one for the rubber ball. One of the things that you'll need to do with this, and that you might have to do in other labs, is also do trend lines. You'll want to look at how to do that. You'll click this plus again and add the trend line. In this case, it's going to ask you which one do you want a trend line in. Well, since my clay ball all has zeros along the line, I know that it's going to have a trend line of 0. And that's just kind of the average, where if you were to guess at a different data point, like maybe what would be the height at 50? If you know 40 and 60, you should be able to give a good guesstimate about what 50 is. So then I would do the trend line, and you'll see that it inserts it. Notice that the trend line goes through some lines. Some are on top and some are above. It's kind of like an average. And in this case, if I wanted to figure out what 50 is, I just kind of go around here and probably if I dropped the rubber ball from 50 centimeters, the bounce height is going to be 30. That's how you would read that. Just click off of the graph and all your pieces go away. You can then go in and answer any questions. You'll want to save this document to submit to the Dropbox. I hope that helps. Like I said, you can use either way. I recommend that you learn all of the ways, just because it's a skill that will really, really help you in your life. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.